In this video I'll be showing you how to make an easy fully automatic concrete maker in Minecraft. These are the resources you will need for this concrete maker. Alright, so this concrete maker is going to be fully AFK-able, which means you can AFK at it while getting hard concrete. And to do that we will obviously have to build a little system that will be dropping more concrete to you. That way you can stand fully AFK-able. So to do that, place yourself out the dropper, then place a hopper going into the dropper with a chest. You can also have a double chest on top of the hopper. Then break yourself this block down right here and then one to both sides, pretty much like this. And then what you will have to do is place yourself a block to the left of this dropper, then 2 blocks right here, and then you will also have to place yourself a block in front of this hopper and then one to the left. So now you should have something that looks like this. And you can also build this out of glass if you want to, by the way. That doesn't really matter, so you can do this pretty much out of any kind of block, pretty much like this. So anyways, what you will have to do now is head into this room and then place yourself a slab right here. That way you can stand under here. And also if you want to, for safety, I would also recommend you place a door right here, simply so no mobs attack you while you're standing AFK. So anyways, once you've done all this, you will now need to place yourself 4 redstone dust going to the left of this slab. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then build 2 going forward and then 1 to the right. And this should now link up with this dropper. So anyways, once you've done this, to the left of the second redstone dust, place yourself a piston, then break this block down and then place yourself a redstone torch right here. And then whenever you place a block right here, what should happen is that block should be pushed forward, pretty much like this. So anyways, what you will have to do now is place yourself a block to the left of this piston, one going downwards, then place a block right here and a block right here. Then destroy yourself 2 blocks down right here and then place a water source right here. So the way this is going to work is that you're pretty much going to stand inside here, place yourself concrete, is going to be pushed forward, and what we are going to do is place yourself some concrete inside this chest. So let's say I place every piece of concrete I have beside one. If I now go into survival, stand inside here, every time I place one concrete, a new one will be dropped into my inventory because of this dropper, and that will pretty much allow me to stand 100% AFK-able in this concrete maker. Then once I've done that, what you will have to do now is destroy this block we have right here, then place yourself a piston right there, then place 9 more pistons going outwards to the side of this piston. So you should have a total of 10 pistons at the end. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then turn around right here and place yourself an observer right here. And the little face should pretty much be looking towards, well, the front of this piston. So anyways, what you will have to do now is place yourself 2 redstone dust going out from this observer, then build 2 going forward, and then simply expand this redstone dust going all behind all these pistons, pretty much like this. So what you will have to do now is head back here again, and then you will have to place yourself a redstone repeater inside here, turn that on to 2 ticks, simply by touching it once or kind of tapping on it once, then looking in front of this repeater, destroy this redstone dust we have right here, and then place yourself a normal repeater right here and just leave this as normal. So anyways, what should happen now is that whenever a block is sent right here, it should be pushed forward, pretty much like this. So anyways, what you will have to do now is go 13 blocks in front of all of these pistons. So choose one piston, for example one in the corner right here, then go 13 blocks going forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Then dig this block down and dig the rest of these blocks as in 9 more blocks to the right. It shows the block in the corner until you reach the same level as the last piston. Then place pistons right here pretty much into the ground facing upwards towards the sky. Pretty much like this. So what should happen now is that you should be able to place 13 blocks in front of these pistons, and what should happen once you've done that is that they should end up stopping on top of those pistons over there. So I placed almost 13 blocks, boom, and now that I've placed 13 blocks they should end up over here, and if I try to place one more block it will not be pushed forward by that piston, simply because pistons can only push, well, this amount of blocks. So if this happens then you've done this correctly. But anyways, what you can do now is simply destroy all these blocks again, because we know that we have built this correctly. So anyways, what you will have to do now is destroy the blocks we have behind all these pistons, then place yourself some redstone dust right here, and then place yourself some blocks on top of these redstone dusts, and then you will have to build the same little redstone thing we did over here, but with these pistons. So to do that, what we're going to do now is place ourselves an observer right here, with pretty much the face looking towards, well, the block that will be on top of this piston. Then we're going to place ourselves 2 redstone dust to the left of this, we're going to place ourselves 2 going forward, we're going to place ourselves 1 repeater right here, turn it on 2 tick, rotate this way, place another repeater right here, leave it empty, then place a redstone dust right here, destroy this 1 more block down, then place a redstone dust right there and link this all up. So what should happen now is that whenever I place a block right here, it will be pushed upwards, pretty much like this. And also to make this look a bit nicer, what I'm gonna do also is link up pretty much this entire farm with solid blocks going around the corners. And this is of course one, so it makes the visual a bit nicer and easier to follow along with. So I'm just gonna place myself blocks right here, pretty much like this. So this means that this whole square inside here plus higher up will be filled up with concrete. So anyways, once you have done all of this, what you will have to do now is head to the back right here, then place yourself 12 more pistons going up from all of these blocks. Now yes, this is going to be a lot of pistons, but it's definitely going to be worth it. So anyways, then place yourself the pistons right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Then do the same on all of these blocks. Alright, so after you've done this, what you should have now is a pretty big piston wall. So what you will have to do now is head behind all these pistons, and then at the bottom layer of pistons, place yourself a row of solid blocks, and make sure these are solid blocks. They're going 2 pistons upwards, 1, 2, place yourself another row of solid blocks, then just continue this until you reach the top. So at the top right here, you should end up with something that looks like this. So anyways, once we have done this, what we will have to do now is build ourselves yet another observer system like this one, but right on top here instead. So what you will have to do is place yourself a temporary block right here, then place yourself an observer right here, and again, this little face should be looking pretty much in front of the top right block of this piston wall, pretty much like this. So anyways, once I've done this, what you will have to do now is place yourself a temporary block under this observer, build yourself a glass block going out from that observer, then build a glass block to the right of it, then place a temporary block under here, glass block to the right of the temporary block, another glass block right here, do this one more time going outwards, pretty much like this. Then you can destroy these two blocks, and then place yourself redstone dust on top of all of these glass blocks. So what you will have to do now is place yourself another temporary block right here, with a glass block going out from the block, destroy the block, then do the same once more, pretty much like this. Then place yourself redstone dust on top of all of these two glass blocks. So anyways, once I've done this, what you can do now is expand this glass block by two more to the right, then build yourself a temporary block under this last glass block, build another glass block to the right, destroy a temporary block, do the same one more time. And then once you place this glass block, expand it by two more glass going out, pretty much like this. Then expand it by two more going your way, so now you should have a 2x3 platform, kinda like this. Anyways, then continue the redstone all the way down here until you reach this block right here. Then what you want to do is place yourself a repeater right here, then turn this repeater onto 2 ticks, place another repeater right here looking towards the piston wall, leave that on 0 tick, just don't do anything with it. Then place yourself 3 redstone dust right here. Then once you've done this, place yourself another glass block going out from here, and then place yourself a redstone dust right here. And then once you've done this, simply head down here, and then place yourself redstone dust on top of all of the blocks we have going behind the pistons. Alright, so once we've done this, what we have to do now is link up this redstone right here to all of these pistons. So to do that, what we're going to do is place a glass block right here, place redstone on top of that glass block, then simply expand this upwards by placing 2 more glass blocks on top of these redstone dusts, more redstone dust, more glass blocks, more redstone dust, and then more glass blocks until you reach the top, then more redstone dust. So what should happen now is that if we head in front of here, we should place a block right here, and all the pistons should be pushed forward beside the bottom ones because we still have not linked those up. So anyways, what we have to do now is head under here and pretty much continue the same thing we did on top of here, but going downwards. So we'll now have to place 2 temporary blocks right here, 2 glass blocks under, and another glass block right here. Then you can destroy these 2 blocks. So you should now have placed a total of 3 glass blocks, and then you will have to place yourself redstone dust on top of all of these blocks. And boom, once you've done that, all the redstone should now be linked up. So what should happen now is that if I go in front of here, I should be able to place a block, and wherever I place the block, all the blocks and pistons should be pushed forward. Pretty much like that. So yeah, now the farm is actually pretty much done, guys. However, you can obviously make this look a bit nicer by simply building yourself a small wall all around these pistons and stuff, which I like to do because it makes the farm look a bit nicer, and you can obviously do this at any kind of block and do it however you want. So yeah, now the farm is pretty much done, guys, so now you just have to use it. So anyways, I'm gonna grab myself, let's say, some lime concrete powder. I'm gonna grab myself a bunch, and then I'm gonna drop it into this chest, and I'm gonna show you how this farm works. Now the good thing about this farm is that if you were to place concrete while being AFK without having a system like this, what will happen is that obviously at some point you will use up the 64 concrete you have inside your inventory. And what will happen then? Well, you will have to go back to your PC, change your slot, or fill up your slot with more concrete, which is just going to take time, and it's not going to be fully automatic. But with this system instead, you will be able to drop yourself 1 concrete as you place one, which means that this will be 100% automatic. So anyways, right here I have 1 concrete, and I'm in survival, and as you see, this dropper is filling up with concrete, obviously from this chest. So what I can do now is just start placing. So I can stand right here, hold down my place button, and as you can see, we're placing concrete pretty quickly. And when it reaches the end right there, it will be pushed forward, as you can see. And obviously once this concrete reaches this direction right here, it will be pushed upwards, and then once it reaches the top, it will be pushed forward. So anyways, let me just stand AFK for a little bit and show you how this works, and yeah.
A few moments later.
So yeah, as you can see, the wall is being pushed forward. So what you can do now is just stand AFK even more, and the concrete will just keep getting pushed forward.
A few moments later.
Alright, so it looks like I have just filled up this entire thing with concrete because I can no longer place more. Oh, we can confirm that by, yeah, it looks like this whole thing is a big cube. So as you can see, we have a bunch of concrete right here, and now you can just mine this and yeah, pretty much just get a bunch of concrete. So this is very cool because it allows you, just like I showed you, to stand 100% AFK, but you don't need to do anything, and yeah. That is pretty much that, guys. So anyways, that is it for that one, and this is how you make a pretty easy fully automatic hard concrete maker in Minecraft. So anyways, that is it for this one, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you found this helpful. If you have any questions about how this works or anything like that, feel free to leave them down below, and I'll try to answer your questions as quickly as possible. So anyways, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.